So we learn in the first section, we learn is a function return the function return value, but those are from the Visual Studio library. Now you're going to make your own. So today, start from now on, you're going to create your own kite. You're going to fly by yourself right now. A program define value returning function definition is composed of, you must have a header and a body. Remember that you must have a header and a body. The header is, where means the first line, and there's a rules. Okay, learn the rule. And when the header you need to do it, it must have a data type, must have the name of the function, and must have a optional parameter list. Okay, so take a look at this. For example, integer calculate area. So int is the return data type. Means this function is going to return an integer. Remember, a function can return only one value. So means CALC, the name is called CALC area. Okay, and return one integer. All right, so here we call parameter. Once we go to inside the code, we're going to call argument. Okay, so this means, hey, if you want to use this function, I need two integers. All right, so this is function header. That's memorize everything together right now. It's not easy. So create a function need a header. Okay, the header start with the return data type, because your function return a value, right? So tell me what data type you want to return. And the function name, do you require any input value? If you do, what data type? Okay, so remember. All right, so now we're going to talk about the rules of function name, same as variable. Good idea to use meaningful name that describe function's purpose. Like I'm doing the calculate area. Memory location in parameter list are called formal parameter. Right now it's called parameter. Once you call this called argument. Okay, I know this weird name, but I want you to think pre before, something like that. So before you actually use it is parameter. And argument, I want you to think as after. P before, pre and after. So after you actually use the program, you're going to call argument. Okay, so each store an item of information passed to a function when it is called. So you can create your own value returning function. This function will be called program defined function. A function definition, okay, so one more time, a function definition is has two parts, header and body. A header is the first line of function definition, so let's repeat this part, important information right now, okay? Function header does not end with semicolon, so don't put a semicolon here. There are many students put a semicolon and tell me, oh, how come mine doesn't work? Okay, because I told you, doesn't end with semicolon. Must begin with a data type return function. Look here, integer calculate area, integer length and width here. What's the data type? When you're going to return a value, this value must be what data type? Can anyone tell me? Calculate area, this function. When you return the value must be what kind of data type? I tell you right here, sir, integer. Thank you, Dylan. Okay? Next is the name of the function. So can you tell me right here? Can you tell me? All right. So this function right here, what is the name for the function? What's the name for this function? That's right. Calculate area. Does this function need input value? Does this function need input value? Yes or no? Yes. How many? How many? 2. And both are integer. Do you understand? So this line is called header. Alright. So this is called body. Whenever you have a return data type, you must have a return. It's go hand by. You see this, you must have a return. You don't have a return, forget it. It must be wrong. Do you understand? Now the rest of it is programmer's job. How do you do calculate area? Length times width. Length times width. Alright? So now don't put integer here anymore. Here is just tell you that I need an integer. Alright? I'm going to call it length. So here you're going to len and width. So the input len and input wid comes together. That's my area. I'm going to return it. Do you understand this function? Yes or no? Alright, so let me repeat this part. This part is very important. This part is very important. A small tiny one here. Alright. So calculate area is a function. Alright. Take two input, len and wid. And the data type are int. Both are integer. So the function body is do the task. And the task, usually the function name give you the hint. Your function name is going to tell you you're going to calculate area. So if I get the length and I get the width, can anybody remind from elementary school? How do you get area with the length and width? How do you get area with length and width? Times them together. Is that right? So you times them together and you return it. You return it. That's how you write it. Is okay? That's how you write it. I hope you understand better. We're going to keep on practice. 2L plus 2W, that's parameter. That's good parameter. L times width is our area. And Kenneth and Gregory is too advanced. You are doing the parameter. Okay? Now, so the one we just talking about here, the one we just talking about return, blah, 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 this called function body. Alright, so contain the instruction the function follow, the perform its assigned task. Alright, important concept. Your function body must start with curly braces. Okay, the last statement has to be return. Return something. It's okay? Return something. Alright, so let's continue right now. Let's continue. What's a prototype? Alright, so a function prototype is this. When a function definition appears below the main function, you must enter a function prototype. So a function prototype is a statement. Function prototype is a statement that specifies the function's name, data type of the return value, and data type of formal parameter. Alright, so programmer usually place the function prototype at the beginning of the program, right after include blah blah blah. So you need to enter a function prototype appear before the main. Let's take a look here right now, okay? Let's take a look here. Alright, so prototype specify function's name, data type, and return value of each formal function. So prototype is usually after include IO string using namespace. So let me check how good you are right now. Let me check how good you are. Okay, then that's boys and girls. Let's check how good you are. So I have right here, I have a function right here. Oh, sorry. No, hold on. I'm going to do line. Okay, so I have a function right here. boys and girls. It's called integer calculate int length width. All right. So I need a prototype. So the prototype will be here. This will be after IOStream using namespace before the main. This is a prototype. You have to put here. You have to tell the Visual Studio, hey, I'm going to have my own module right now, and the name is this. All right. So now you can tell this line and this line are almost identical. The only difference is this prototype end with semicolon. All right. And then, so what happened is let's continue right now. Okay, let's continue. I know these are hard, sorry, but we have to learn it because this is the most important part for this. Now we are going to have the function call right now. So the function call is sort of exactly the same like your the building function. You're going to have a variable called area, and this is not pow square. It's something you create by yourself. It's called calculate area. All right. Then the variable you are going to use is the variable you use in the main. That means length is here, width is here. And when the length and width pass into here, it's become len and wid. We want you to put different name. In the main function, you use the full name, and this is main function. In main function, you put full name, and your user define, your programmer define function, and you just put the first three letters to make sure we know that is a function. All right, so let's practice this program right now together. Is okay? Let's practice this program together. All right, so gentlemen, ladies, I need you to get your Visual Studio out right now. It's okay? Get your Visual Studio out right now. Are you okay? All right. So, gentlemen, ladies, I'm just lazy. I'm just going to take this one right now, and I'm going to say integer length, okay, width, and area. It's okay? Got it right now? And I'm going to ask user to give me a length. Enter a length of a rectangle. All right? All right, so user will give me the length. And I'm going to ask the user to give me enter a width of a rectangle. All right. All right, so I'm going to say area will be equal length times width. Now notice I did not do function yet. So CL typo. All right. The area of the rectangle is area. Okay, can you do like this right now for me first, please? Please. All right. So this is old time work right now. These don't have any function yet. We're going to change you to have the function. But first you do this. So I enter a length of the rectangle, and the user will give me a length, and I enter a width of rectangle, and user will give me typo. I have to see in width. Sorry. All right. So I need to do like that. It's okay. So far okay. Do you have this? Let me run it with you. So build it. Let me start without debugging. All right. So let me do 10 and 5. So the area of the rectangle is 50. All right. So far okay. Did you do this one okay? Everybody? You do this one okay? Should I wait for you? Do you need time? Okay. All right. So let me wait for you. Okay. Let me wait for you. So we are doing this one without a function, and I'm going to make sure it has a function for you, and you learn from very beginning. So let's make sure we have a small tiny program. We did maybe chapter 3 already know how to do it. So this one you have length and width. All right, and you get the area. So can I run this right now? Please make sure it's correct. And if you still need to see, let me know, okay? I run it already, so I don't need to run it. So, all right. So far, okay. Who still need to see this program? Who still need to see this? I need you to have this so you can follow me to change. Okay, Scott. How about just 1 minute? Is okay. So type faster. Type faster. Sorry. Okay, Moses and Scott, did you finish? Moses, Scott, did you finish? Moses, Scott, done? All right, you done? Good. Okay, thank you. So let me show you. Once you have this, okay, everybody. Once you have this, Scott, good. Thank you. So let me start and show you. Okay. So after IO string using namespace here, press enter and write down prototype. Here is the one you put prototype. You put prototype here. Is okay? Now we are going to so from now on, you are not going to write any code right here. Instead of, you're going to make a function here, function call. So right here we are going to replace this line, okay? So we are going to calculate area, okay? So we're going to say the integer CALC area. You understand? All right. So to calculate area, what do I need? I need something to calculate area. I need money to buy grocery. What do I need to calculate area? What do I need to calculate area? I need to ask a very smart person. Dylan told me. Length and width. All right. So didn't tell me length and width in the main program. I already called that. So I usually just put like this. All right. And the prototype needs a semicolon. Can you do me a favor? Write semicolon. So prototype is done right now. This is prototype is done. All right. Now let's go to write a function definition. Function definition has to be after your main program right here. It's function definition. Function definition. Function definition is right after main. I'm going to ask you this question in the quiz. So where did you put prototype? Where do you put function definition? Okay, I'm going to put the function definition. Easy, shortcut. Follow the teacher shortcut. Copy this, no semicolon, huh? Control C, right here. Control V, press right here. All right. So now I'm going to write function definition right now. I'm going to write function definition. This function is return a value. So I must need a keyword. That keyword is very, very important. Keyword. Can anybody tell me what's a keyword I'm going to put right here? What's a keyword? If you remember that, I like you a lot. Return. You must put that. Okay? You must put that. Return what? Return this function definition is to calculate the area. So don't need to return money to me. Return area. Return area. But how do you do area? If given LEN and given WID. If I have LEN and I have WID. Forget of length and width. This is in different country. Now I have LEN. Giving LEN and WID. Given length and width. LEN, how do I calculate area? That's right, James. Good job. I like you. You're so smart. You'll be a future programmer. Okay? That's it. Do you understand? Return this. All right. So coming back here, this is called function definition. This is called function call. So we're going to do our function call right now. So instead of calculate right here, that's direct calculation, we are going to call a third party outsource. This outsource is called calculate area. All right. I must pass the argument. Argument is real variables. Here with the data type is called parameter. Here is only argument. I must pass the variable which already have value because enter length of rectangle CN. Now I have value right now. So because over here they don't have value, they count on me to get in the main. So what should I put right here? What two variable I should put right here? The first, yes, length and width. All right, you have to put the value from here because now we go to get our user to give us a value. Now you have value right now. All right. So let me run it with you. It doesn't look exact different, but I'm going to fix for you. Okay. So build it and start without debugging. So same thing if I do 10 and 5 and you got 50. You got 50. All right. You got 50. So I am going to pull this one right here for you. But I'm going to tell you, now we're going to learn function doesn't return value. Because if I want to do the two thing, I use pass. Okay. So right now I am going to finish up this, but this will be in chapter 10. Okay, will be in chapter 10. And I'm going to tell you. Here, I usually need something called GetInput. And the get input right here will be integer, okay? len and integer. I finished that and I'll explain to you in chapter 10. I want to do like that, okay? Then I'm going to have something called void display, because I need to give you something, you know. All right, then I'm going to say integer a. Okay, now I'm going to, this is prototype right here, I copy right here. This has to be put before first, okay? See? Okay, then I'm going to write down here is function definition um, to get input. Okay, so I am going to copy this line right here. X. All right, sorry. Control V. Then I'm going to copy this line here. All right, then of course I need to change this to length. I need to change this to width. Now I don't return, but here I'm going to say get input, and I'm going to put length and width. So I'm going to get third party to get input for me. All right, get third party to get input for me. So this one is to get input. All right, then I'm going to display. So I'm going to copy this line and say C, and I'm going to say here and function to all right, so and I'm going to copy this line right here. All right, and change this to A. All right, so and right here I'm going to say display area. I know I did it very fast, but I want to let you see the end result, okay? All right, so at the end of this semester, all the function has to be look like this. You need to have a variable. Declare variable. Then you are going to ask your you are going to use your you are going to use a get input to get it, because your input cannot return 2, so you're going to pass by address. We're going to show you that. And this one, so this is void, and let me run it with you right now. So build it and start without debugging. It's just exactly the same thing, 10 and 5. All right, 50. As a user, you don't see anything, but now you see you modularize everything now. In your main program, you do not have any action code right here. In your main should only contain function call, because that's a goal. You have to modularize, minimize everything to be as simple as possible, and each module contain maybe 10 to 15 lines. Anybody can program it. There's no mistake. And right here, when the team get together, team will decide what are the function we want to use, function call, and we separate to write them. All right. So you in this chapter, you don't need to worry about the other part. Okay, this will be on the exam for the next chapter. But I already show you this program, the ones like this without. Okay, yeah, Michael, right away. So sorry. All right, so sorry. Okay, so let me make sure this is you can see everything. All right, can you see everything? All right, now, all right. So I hope you enjoy. You like this. We have a lot way to